Today I'd like to show you a few accessories by a very smart company from China called Smallrig. You can see their website on the screen at the moment and you can find them online at smallrig.com, and all their devices are also available via Amazon. I will leave a few links in the description below when I finish this video. To be honest with you, I was teased by one of their adverts in my Facebook feed for a very interesting device. It was a clamp with a double edit ball head, and I found the device very interesting for me, very useful potentially, because when I'm live streaming concerts, sometimes I don't have the space to place a tripod and I'd like to attach a camera to a pipe, and this clamp seemed very well built. So I clicked through, I arrived on their website, and then I found all their accessories. You can see they have all mechanical accessories, so it's not about electronics, it's about smart mechanical devices, handles, cages, ball heads, articulated arms, clamps, you name it. So we will start today's demo by showing you their little clamp. So it's a little device, a clamp, as you can see. When you look at it, you would say there's nothing special about it. It's just a clamp like any other. You see, again, screw it, unscrew it. But what makes it very special is that you have two holes here. One for a 1/4 inch thread. I will maybe do it closer to the camera there. And one for a 3/8 inch thread here. So you can attach two types of devices to this clamp. You can connect it, for instance, to the ball head from Smallrig also. So you see here you have a 1/4 inch thread on one side, one on the other side. On this side you can, for instance, attach your camera or a small monitor, and you can very easily screw this little ball head to the clamp. As you see, it's now attached to the clamp. You have a single locking knob here if you want to move your double-headed ball head. Is here on all sides. So if you just tighten it like this, everything is tight. Okay. And you can attach it very easily to a tripod. So I have a tripod for demo purposes on the side of this table. So if I do this, as you can see, it's attached to a tripod. Obviously this thing is not on the right side, so what I will do is loosen it here and then tighten it again. And you can imagine that you could connect your monitor here, you could connect a little action camera, you could connect a microphone, anything you need that can be attached to this ball head, which is attached to the clamp. I will show you something else that you can attach to the clamp. So let's loosen it from the clamp. Alright. This is another device from Smallrig called the Magic Arm. So what makes it magic is also this single locking knob. So if I loosen it, you see it moves in all directions, including both heads here, moving in all directions. You see, if I tighten it, everything is tight, including these heads on both sides. Okay, you could use one of them to attach it to the clamp. So let's attach it to the clamp here, like this. Oops. Okay, so you have to tighten it beforehand and then attach it like this. Voila. Otherwise it's moving on this side. So now it's tight, and you can imagine that you can attach on the other side of this arm your monitor, another camera, microphone, whatever you like. So I have a Magic Arm connected to one of my monitors. I have a black Magic Design monitor that I'm using for live streaming. So this guy, So you can see it's attached to a magic arm, and the magic arm is attached to a clamp from Smallrig. I can very easily position it on my tripod. So now it is tight, and as you can see now, my monitor is attached to my tripod. So it's very handy if you don't have a lot of space to attach different devices to your tripods using a clamp like this one and a magic arm from Smallrig. Just to give you an estimate, on Amazon UK, the magic arm itself is around £15, 15 quid. The clamp alone is around, I think, yes, $6.29 at the moment, but it can change obviously every day, and it can be also promotions. So the clamp alone is $6.29, and the clamp together with the ball head, so the ball head that I showed you before, so this, you know, double-headed ball head, this thing, the clamp plus the ball head is at the moment around £13 on Amazon, just to give you an estimate. So it's not very expensive, very handy accessories. I will show you something else from the people at Smallrig. So let's loosen this monitor, and this is what they call a cage. This is a cage. So this is a cage made for a Panasonic Lumix G7, but they have different cages for different models of cameras, obviously. So the good thing about this cage is that, besides the fact that it will protect your camera, is that you can attach devices through 3/8 or 1/4 inch threads all over the place on all sides of this cage, as you can see. Here, there at the top, here on the side, everywhere. And it's very easy to connect the cage to a tripod, because you also have here 1/4 and 3/8 inch connectors at the bottom of the cage, so you can also connect it very easily to a quick release plate that you will attach to a tripod or to a slider, for instance. So let me show you how you connect this to your camera. So this is a Lumix G7 camera. So you just have to position the camera in front of the screw there. So you have your 1/4 inch screw there. So just position it in front of it, okay? And when it's in front of it, you just tighten it like this, gently, and your camera will be in its Smallrig cage. This is it. The camera is in the cage. You see, the camera is now in the cage, and you have a very also nice accessory on the side. This little thing here with a screw. You see, this little thing. When you have an HDMI cable connected on the side of your camera, you can tighten this screw here with the cable inside this little space right here, and it will make sure that your cable doesn't go out of your camera during the show. Very handy if you have like one camera stage left, one camera stage right, far away from the mixing desk. You don't want the cable to go out of the camera during the show. So this little accessory on the side, which is delivered with the cage, will tighten completely the cable to the camera. Very, very handy little accessory here. And the good thing about these cages is that you can still change your battery if you want, or at least have access to the battery compartment here when the camera is in the cage. Very nice device. I will show you how you can attach different accessories to the cage. So here I have my external zoom microphone H1 that I will use during my next live streaming as a backup microphone for the room sound. And what I will do is attach this microphone to the cage here. So I'm using one of the 1/4 inch connectors, and voila, the microphone is safely connected, attached to my camera. I could also, if I want, if it makes more sense for me, attach my microphone on the side. So same principle, I have multiple connectors on the side. And the cool thing is that you can attach multiple devices to your camera using the cage. So you can have your microphone on the side, you can have lights at the top, you could have another microphone on the other side if you want, you could even have like a magic arm with a small action camera that you use to have like a B-roll or another angle, and that you just use during your show attached to the side of your camera. So you can be very creative with these cages. So as I told you, there are preset sizes for the most popular cameras like this Lumix G7, but you also have another type. You also have another type of cage, which is called the half cage, or half size cage. You see here. So you don't have a full frame, you just have an half frame here, and this one is delivered in 3 pieces. So the top, the bottom here, and this sidebar. And as you can see, depending on the size of your camera, you can adapt the height here of this sidebar. So to tighten your camera in this half cage by Smallrig. So to give you an idea, a rough idea of the prices, this half cage costs around £40 at the moment on Amazon in the UK. And the G7 full cage, so the other one that I showed you just before, basically next to it, so the other one, this one, is around £50, and I believe that the price is roughly the same for other types of cameras, for the Nikons, for Canons, for all the other brands, and also the other models of Lumix. So it's a very handy accessory because it's very quick to tighten your camera, to put it on a tripod, on a quick release plate using these cages. It's also very handy because you can connect all types of accessories to the cages. So small cages by Smallrig. And I wanted to conclude this video with something which has nothing to do with Smallrig, nothing to do with connectors, but it's a device that I'm using all the time when I'm live streaming concerts. It's basically a USB charger, nothing special about it. It's connected to the mains here on this side, as you see. I use this to power all my cameras because you don't want to rely on batteries when you're doing live shows, because batteries can last anything from 30 minutes to 1 hour 30 minutes. If your show is 2 hours long, you will have an issue when the batteries run out, especially if you have multiple cameras and you have to have people running to the cameras to change the batteries. So it's better if you rely on a device like this to connect what we call dummy batteries to the mains. So this is a dummy battery for a Lumix, for a Panasonic Lumix. It's the same for all the Lumix devices, by the way. It's quite cheap. I think it costs around £12 on Amazon. And on the other side of this dummy battery, so you just put it in the battery compartment. On the other side, you have a USB connector, as you can see here, and you just plug it into your USB charger. Very easy. The cool thing about using a multiple input USB charger like this one, here you have 4 inputs, I have another one with 6 inputs, you can even have chargers with 8 inputs, is that you won't have a charger for each of these guys, which takes a lot of space, and then you need something to plug all these chargers together. So it can be an issue in terms of space, in terms of efficiency. So if you have chargers like this one, you just attach them with a strap to your tripod, and then you can plug your different devices in the charger. So I have, not only do I have my cameras connected to this, but also I can connect my Zoom microphone to it. So this Zoom microphone can also be powered via USB, so I have a USB cable here on the side that I can use. See, connect a USB cable here, and it's the same. So instead of having a separate charger for this USB connector, I will plug it along with the camera in the same multiple input USB charger. So it saves a lot of space. It's easier in terms of workflow. So I would advise to buy a few of these USB chargers if you need to power your cameras and other USB powered devices during your shows. Thank you for your attention. I hope that you liked this demo of a few of the very interesting accessories by Smallrig. So I leave you with their homepage on smallrig.com. I will leave a few links in the description below to the clamp, to the ball head, to the magic arm, to the cages, and also to this little device, the USB adapter that I presented in the end. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to see more demos like this one. And I will see you soon with other tech and marketing tips.